Morning. Yeah, it's really early. It's 7:30 here in the UK. I've been up since 6. I was going to do a video at 6, but I can't. I was going to have to Ruben, so I was waiting for Nicola to wake up. Joao Cancelo, a little bit of breaking news in the morning. I thought, do I sleep a little bit more? Because what happens is usually Ruben wakes up early and we alternate. Or do I do a video? I chose to do a video. I don't know why I've done this. I've chose to do a video about Joao Cancelo at 7:30 in the morning instead of sleeping for a little bit. So appreciate this massively. Give the video a like if you want to help support a very tired dad. And subscribe as well while you're at it. It'd be massively appreciated. Where the subscribers at 70,316. Subscribers are going up at the moment, which I like. So thank you very, very much. Good morning to Tyson, to Dan, to Rishab, to Seb, to Nick, to Moniefio, my mate, and UWs. Good morning. And Ben, good riddance. Not to me, I presume. To Joao Cancelo. Yeah, I have to jump on. There's a little bit of breaking news via the people at City Report, and I trust them on this. I trust Nabil on this over at City Port. City Port would be an interesting one. City Report about Joao Cancelo. Apparently, he's close to agreeing a 38 million euro transfer over to Al Hilal in the Saudi League, Saudi Pro League. There we go. Let me find the actual source of this. I saw this earlier. From someone else. One sec. I'll find it. But either way, this is a really good deal, actually. When you think about what it could have been and where we're at, it's one of those things where there's a little bit of news coming out. You can tell it's sort of legit. I'm trying to find it, basically. Let me try and find it. Apparently, I can't really find the exact thing. Like there's a guy who's reporting it over in Saudi, which City Report are quoting, but I can't find the original guy, if that makes sense. So you're going to have to just talk about it based off Nabil's tweets. But he's referencing essentially a report over in Saudi, which apparently they were willing to pay similar money for Walker, but they didn't think they could get Walker, so they've gone for Cancelo, who's a big name, of course, as well. This money is actually genuinely good money. Yeah, if I was Ilkay Gundogan, I'd wait for 24 hours and try and get the number 7 shirt from him. That's what I would be doing. But that's not going to happen. Because it looks like Cancelo is going for 38 million. I mean, that is genuinely a good deal. It is. It's undeniably a good deal. I mean, given where he's at right now, Joao Cancelo, in the state of his career, I would not be surprised whatsoever if we look at that and go, oh, we've done as best as we can there, really. I mean, if 38, I saw 38, but now I'm seeing 35, but I think it is around 38, which is about mid-20s to late 20s, by the way, 25, 27 million, something like that. It's a good money. We know Cancelo, annoyingly, is worth that. Cancelo, at his very best, is worth more than that, probably 40 to 50 million pounds, because he's a quality footballer. But Cancelo's been a mess for an awful long time now, and it's worth probably just going back through the Joao Cancelo story to work out exactly why we're here right now. Cancelo, of course, was only signed by Man City in 2019, so he wasn't here that long until everything sort of kind of blew up in his face a little bit. And he was here during the treble season as well. He started the treble season, don't forget. And it's funny because Guardiola sort of identified him as something that needed to be cut because he felt toxic. And apparently he was being a bit of a pain. He was moaning and all this kind of stuff. He wasn't happy with his performance, Guardiola. And he started playing Rico Lewis. And then it escalated. Cancelo allegedly did not take that. There's a few bad challenges apparently in training as well. I heard the same rumours. Moaning on his phone to his agent about not playing, all that kind of stuff. And then, so we shipped him out on loan to Bayern Munich, and that loan only lasted for half a season, where he played plenty of football there under Thomas Tuchel, but he didn't last very long, and he went on loan last season to Barcelona. Now, Cancelo is an elite level footballer. He really is. He's been in the PFA Premier League Team of the Year twice. He's been in the FIFA World 11 before, the Serie A Team of the Year twice. Like he's a really good footballer. He's won the Premier League 3 times in Man City. Technically, he's won the Champions League, but I don't know. It's weird that. Do you think he counts the Champions League as his own? Because he technically got a medal. I think he did. I'm pretty sure he did. He's listed on his Wikipedia something he's won anyway. So it's a weird one, that, isn't it? Because he played the Champions League games early on. No, he didn't though, did he really? Did he? I can't remember. Because Rico Lewis started a lot of them, didn't he? But either way, it's a weird one for him. I'm going to check now. Did he play European games that season? I don't think he played any, actually. No, he did. He did play some that season. He played a whole bunch of. So technically, he's a Champions League winner at Man City. Either way, the point I'm making is like he's a really high quality footballer who sort of burned his own career, and he's been doing his Instagram stuff where he's been doing this Instagram thing where he's like, no one understands me. #mummy bless me, and it's very like the whole mummy thing is. I know he lost his mum, and it's awful. You can tell he's still very much. You can tell he's struggling with a lot of things in life. You can tell sometimes that he finds it a little bit hard to keep control of his cool and all this kind of stuff. And when you look back what he's been through, you can probably understand why. He's had quite a tough time at times. So I do feel sorry for him that front massively, absolutely do. Ultimately, I can't deny that Guardiola was right to do what he did, though. There's no place for disruptive influences at Manchester City Football Club. And if you get this money from him right now, 38 million. Yeah, I mean, what I would say, I still feel it's a shame when you see elite players move into the Saudi League. Because I'm sorry, I can't take it seriously. If you hate me for saying that, if you think it's patronising, I don't really give a fuck, to be honest. I can't take it seriously still. It still is a retirement league. It's still absolutely, you go there for money, like you do. You're not going there for the love of the game, are you, really? So it's one of those things where I feel like it's a vanity project, and I think eventually it will die out. But right now, it's a really nice sort of fallback for footballers to go and chill in, Saudi Arabia for a couple of years and make a lot of money. And I think Cancelo didn't actually want this for what it's worth. I really don't think he wants to. I think the Saudi money is appealing to anyone, but I do think Cancelo wants to play in the Champions League. I do think Cancelo wants to play at the highest level of football still. I get the impression that that's what really matters to him. I do get the impression that Cancelo absolutely loves football. I really do. So I never will really doubt his commitment in that way. I just don't think he's the best team player in the world because he cares about himself and football so much. And that's fine. Doesn't mean he doesn't love his job. But it does feel like right now this is reluctant for him. And look, to be honest, at his age, how old's Cancelo now? He is, let me double check. He is 30 years old. There we go. So he turned 30 recently. It's one of those things where he's moving to the Saudi League. And I don't fully lose respect, Ben. Ben in the chat says lose respects, And I think you've... Yeah, you probably withdrawn that comment as I said it. Actually, I don't, but I definitely go. It's a shame. I understand the money argument, but I mean, it's easy for me to say because my lifestyle does not mesh with the Saudi lifestyle. So it's very easy for me to sit here and say this. And I don't. I'm sorry. Someone said, "Do you think the Saudi League will end like Chinese League?" You're completely wrong. I didn't say the Chinese League, but I don't. I still think it's a vanity project, mate. I think they're going for the. I just don't think. I've not seen any signs of anyone taking it seriously yet, personally. And it still feels very much like players go there because it's a payday, and I just don't see it. I haven't seen anything to suggest to take it seriously yet. It's not like it is a. I don't know until if you're getting the likes of Mbappe, and who else, Haaland and De Bruyne, and Saka. I'm trying to think of the best players from the big teams, people like that, and Cole Palmer or whatever. If they're all going to Saudi League, I'll take it seriously. But right now, I don't think they want to be there. I think they want to be playing football, in European football still, in terms of Champions League and all that kind of stuff. And the quality of football over there is bad still. I'm sorry. It really is. And I think people like Cancelo, people like Benzema at the end of his contract, even Mahrez, you can see a trend here. Apart from a few there's a few younger players going, but they tend to be the ones that are like Ruben Neves, the ones that aren't at the elite level yet. They're sort of there, but they're not there, They're not Champions League, and they go for the big payday. And look, Ruben Neves as well moved to Wolves when he was young, and he could have, you could tell his mentality. So it's not. I don't think it's going to happen. I think we're going to lose some good players, but I don't really take it seriously. We'll see. Maybe I'm wrong, but that money can't keep going on forever. The absurd money that they're paying. But anyway, ultimately, this is good business for Man City. Look, we're absolutely going to win the net spend trophy at this rate, aren't we? Another 38 million, allegedly coming in 35 million. The money that City have recouped is absolutely insane. So much money, of course. You think about it, what is about 80 million for Alvarez, 20 million for Harwood Bellis, 20 million-ish for Delap. And over here, we're going to pull in 150 to 170 million. It's absolutely so much money. There's so much money. And I wouldn't be surprised if we get a little bit more for someone else. Who knows, maybe Nunez or someone like that. And it's one of those things where I don't mind the money coming in. I do wish we'd spend it, and I do think it's fair to start asking questions why we're sort of getting all this money and not spending big, given the very obvious age demographic of our squad. There's many reasons. It could be that they want to do it next year because they think the squad's still got the quality and the players, while old, are still good enough. I get that. It could be that they're waiting for Guardiola's future to resolve. It could be that they think the market's not good enough. It could be that they're happy with the squad. It could be that they're waiting to hear about the charges. I don't really know. It's one of those things where it will have to. Time will tell us on that. Time will absolutely tell us, and I don't think we're going to make any signings other than Gundogan, Savinho, maybe this backup striker Kyogo, maybe him, and maybe someone else. I do think City are going to aggressively push for a backup striker, and especially if they get this 35, 38, whatever million euros, which is what another 25 million quid basically. At that point, you think, well, put that all on a backup striker if you want to. And I think this is pretty good business. I think it's pretty good business. Not great business, but decent business. And dare to go say, I don't think it's got anything to do with the charges. Just isn't much room in the squad. No, what I would say is, I get that, but there was room in the squad before Gundogan returned, and we didn't spend big. We could have spent big on Bruno Guimaraes if we wanted to, or Adam Wharton or someone like that. But I guess they didn't feel that they were the right fees. And the City have never been shy of saying no if they feel like the fee is too high. So ultimately, I get it. It's a real shame, by the way, how much Cancelo's career ended at Man City. If he's to go now for this deal, I really, really liked Cancelo as a footballer. I thought he was a magic footballer. He really was. And at times, when he was at his peak, he looked like a genuine genius. 2 Premier League Team of the Years. A brilliant footballer. But there's more to football than just being brilliant, I don't think it's a coincidence that we won the treble without him. I don't think we would have won the treble if he'd stayed around, if he was being how he was, allegedly, And look, we don't ship him out on loan to buy in the last day of the January transfer window and weaken our squad and get rid of a world-class player if he's not being a pain in the arse. So we know it's true. Knackered. So basically, yeah, it's just a shame. It's a shame. Yeah, you are right, yeah, Gota, that it has been a quiet market. It's one of those things where we'll have to just sort of accept it and see how it goes. And ultimately, though, as much as it's been a quiet market, if City do, I would argue, if City do get a backup striker, look, I don't think Kyogo will be as good as Alvarez. It's one of those things. It's one of those things where I would feel like the squad is actually arguably better. Would you say it's better if we've got Gundogan back, Savinho in, Rico Lewis and Oscar Bob looking like they're taking a step up, and maybe someone like a Kyogo, a backup striker? I would argue that it's probably better. Yeah, I did notice I hadn't tweeted that on my lemo, but I was out at the... What was I doing? I can't remember. I was busy that night. But yeah, I would argue that the squad is a little bit better. I think it is. It does feel that it would be smart of City to sign some long-term signings, admittedly, because Kyogo and if you get him and Gundogan or whatever on. But yeah, I don't know. I would absolutely take it. I know it's like nearly 8 o'clock now in the UK. If you wonder why I'm yawning, because I've been up since like 5:30, basically. Because Ruben woke up at 5:30 and Nicholas trying to get back to sleep, and I was awake, and then I got up out of bed at 6, so I am knackered. Legal proceedings will follow, according to Michael, about the Ferran Torres money. Is that true? I don't know where you got that from. How good is this Kyoto? That's a different place entirely, mate. That's a place. Kyoto is a lovely place, but I prefer Tokyo. Kyogo looks really good. Yeah, he looks good. I do think the squad is better. I think it is. If you look at the quality of the players, who've we lost? We've lost... Alvarez is a blow. Absolutely. But I would say Gundogan is better than Alvarez. Wouldn't you? As a footballer, overall, I don't think it's even close. So I think if you look at like quality brought in, I would say it's better. Savinho is better than Gomez, who's gone. Who else? Then if you get... Well, I would say probably Kyogo might be better than Gomez as well. So it's one of those things where... Who else is left? Well, Cancelo hasn't really left because he was never in the squad. Would I sell Nunes? I absolutely would. I would sell... Yeah, I would sell Nunes. Absolutely. I don't think Nunes is good enough. I think he's a decent player, but I don't think he's going to play much, and I feel like it's a bit we wasted money there, but it is what it is. Guys, could you do me a favour and give the video a like? It would be hugely appreciated. Consider subscribing too. Yeah, it's only really Alvarez that we've lost of note, but you would argue that Savinho, Gundogan, a backup striker, is a pretty good replacement. Title running Gundo, yeah. I mean, the thing is, Gundo, I've got my thumbnail actually ready for the video later. I've not done it. Fabrizio just tweeted about Peroni, apparently. Peroni's, I feel like I should do a quick video about Peroni, actually. I might pre-record a video about Peroni. Shall I do that and put it live if it happens? So there we go, yeah. I'll show you over here now. After Nico passed from Real Madrid, Como now closing on a deal for Maxime Peroni as it will be completed very soon. I like Peroni, man. I think he's a good player, but I feel like this is probably another move which makes a bit of sense where put a buyback in that we can afford, 40 million, something like that. Sell him for cheap, go to Como, and I wouldn't be surprised if it was affordable, like 35, 40 million. Give him to cheap to Como, and it's one of those things where if he does really well in Serie A, which I think he probably will do, he might be ready to come back in a couple of years, and that might be one of those deals where if we sell him now with a buyback and he becomes a star over in Serie A, we might look at him a year from now even then and be like, get him back. So I actually feel like this will be permanent, apparently, Doofus. But I think he's a good player, Peroni, but I feel like he genuinely could be a special player if he takes a bit of time. I don't think Nunes has got an attitude problem, by the way. I don't think he has. I think he seems like quite humble, what I can tell. I think he was a bit cocky at Wolves because he wanted to leave. So I think like he was. But I don't think he's got an attitude problem at Man City because he very much is aware he's a small fish in a massive pond there. So I think mainly it's just quality. Loan, but City plan to include sell on and buyback. That doesn't work if it's a loan, mate. You can only put a sell on and buyback if it's a transfer. I'm pretty certain it's going to be a transfer. I wouldn't be surprised if we look at a 10, 15 million transfer or something like that. Maybe they'll do it cheaper. I would expect a profit on him already, given the fact that we signed him for what? How much did we sign him for? 8 million? He did well on loan and it was quality. Look, yeah. We'll see. But anyway, Cancelo. Looks like he's going to be leaving. I'm fine with it. I think that ship has sailed an awful long time ago. I'm surprised that anyone still feels like there's hope for him. Yeah, like it's been obvious for me for a while. And I would expect at this point, I mean, someone said Nunes to West Ham. That's such a West Ham signing. They've got a lot of midfielders, haven't they? Signed a lot of players, but yeah, that would be a very West Ham signing, Nunes. But yeah, he's going to move on. Cancelo. We'll get Gundogan back later. I can't wait for it. I'm very excited for Gundogan back later. I'm hoping I'll be able to go live because I've got stuff on today with the family, so I don't know if he'll be around. I might be on my own with Ruben in that instance. That I won't be able to do it. If anyone can find out what time the announcement's going to be, I'd massively appreciate that. I might have to text about and see if you can find out. Yeah, it'd be great to get Gundogan back. Anyway, guys, just a quick video at this time of the morning. Cancelo to Al Hilal originally for around 30 million or something like that. It'll be good business for City. All the best, Cancelo. You are wonderful. I'll do a video of it if it actually happens, of course. For now, though, in a bit. Bye-bye.